All right, fans. Once again, Dolphin makes a move. Stay tuned. All right, Dolphins fans, welcome to SNJ channel. Once again, another update. This one a little late, but my opinion on it. Uh, Grier did it again. This time, picking up a tight end, Darren Waller, who retired from the Giants. This was reported today by Tom Palacello in Miami, and I'll read the actual indication what actually happened in this trade and how this guy came out of retirement to play for the Dolphins. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, guys. Here's the update. What we have so far. Darren Waller supposedly come out of retirement to play for the Miami Dolphins. Once again, like I said earlier, Tom Palacero surprised the Dolphins are finalizing a trade with the Giants for former Pro Bowler tight end Darren Waller, who is coming out of retirement to play for the Miami Dolphins per source. A fascinating twist for Waller, who retired last summer, and now it's a weapon for the team that just traded Jonnu Smith. Now, I'm gonna give you my opinion on that. In the last his last season with the Giants, sorry about that, Waller caught 52 passes for 552 yards and one touchdown. Waller had been a member of the Raiders organization since 2018 after being drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in 2015. For his career, Waller has surpassed 4,100 yards receiving, 20 touchdowns, and 350 catches. He also has been one of the best receiving threats in the NFL and is a consistent matchup problem on Sundays when healthy. There's the word I'm looking for. When healthy. And this was his he had two back-to-back great years. Wallace played for the Georgia Tech from 2012 to 2024 under Paul Johnson, and is that time they total of 51 catches for 971 yards and 9 touchdowns. So he actually reunited with the offensive coordinator of the Miami Dolphins. That was his coach back then. So they reunited. He had back-to-back season over 1,000 yards. Here's my thing, guys. One more time. Here's my thing. Injury. Out of retirement. Are we getting the same thing as Odell Beckham? And I apologize earlier with the video that just popped out accidentally. Uh, Listen, I'm not saying that he is not a good fit for Miami, but here we go. All right, the actual contract is $5 million a year with incentives. So it's not actually $5 million. It's whatever it's in the contract with its incentives. It's up to $5 million. Can they pay that to Jonnu Smith? Maybe yes, maybe no. But of course, Jonnu got the best deal in Pittsburgh. Now, what does this do for the Miami Dolphins? Because you know what? Let's be honest, guys. McDaniel is not a fan of tight ends. See, last year, Jonnu had a great year because, listen, Waddle was hurt, Tariq was hurt, and your best source was the tight end. So, looking at that, now we're only 3 weeks away for training camp. Now, that doesn't guarantee he has a roster spot. That's one thing you got to also look at. It's not guaranteed he has one. My God, this is what, our fifth tight end in the ball club, or fourth tight end. Listen, don't know what Grier has for grabs for this team. So does McDaniel. Basically, they have nothing to say because between you and me, It's the man that pays the money and the GM that makes the deal. So, how good is this trade for the Dolphins? It remains to be seen, guys. This guy came out of retirement to play with the Dolphins, and let's see what happens. A lot of people out there are making, some information about him. I'm not gonna talk bad about the guy either. I mean, he had his ups and lows. Who doesn't in the NFL? His career. I mean, he's been in trouble off the field and on the field. So we got one of those in our ball club. Hopefully that changed in 2025. This is what I'm telling you. Distraction of this team needs to walk out. Now I know what they mean about the culture about the Dolphins. And I'm going to say it again. I think this culture is this. Either you play to win or you get out. Sorry. I could be wrong. And quote me if I'm wrong, guys. That's why I say, guys, leave your comments below. How do you feel about your Miami Dolphins? How do you feel about your football team? Because I don't only speak about Miami here. We talk about every team. Now, come out of retirement. They say that he's in great shape. But this is just sources saying we don't know that. Okay? Can he help Miami? I'm going to say yes and no. Why? Because it depends how McDaniel uses him. Now, he's a big physical tight end. Had back-to-back 1,000 yards, okay, in his career. He's a good tight end. I'm not going to tell you he's bad either, but, it's a guy that hasn't played as much. But now coming out of retirement, and, of course, that's what he wanted. And he wanted to play because he told the Giants, if you're going to trade me, I want to play for the Dolphins, which that's his hometown, Miami, by the way. But here we go again. As a fan, excited? Listen, not really, man. Let's be honest. Let's see what happens. There's a lot for this team that we're gonna have to wait. Okay, there's a lot of promises for the fans. Listen, right now, if you look at two teams in the NFL, Pittsburgh and Miami, I'm not saying they're the laughing stock of the year in the NFL. But listen, what are you doing? I understand Ramsey, Jonnu Smith. I still got little doubts on that one, and I could be wrong. But okay, you want to save $20 million, the cap space, and you want to get rid of Ramsey. But see, what happened is everybody's giving this praise, and Ramsey's gonna be a good. Well, Ramsey was injured with the Dolphins. Tell me what he did with the Dolphins, guys. Can somebody tell me? I'll pull his stats. Well, he was injured, George. That's exactly right. This is what this ball club is, full of injuries. If it was healthy, great. But then he couldn't deal with McDaniel, so we knew he was out the door. Then you got Tyreek Hill coming out there and made another comment, about, wow, well, I guess the Dolphins also giving Tyreek Hill a message. Okay, we're gonna change this culture around here, and we're gonna do it our way. And don't be surprised if you don't like it. Hit the road, Jack. Now, I don't say that in a bad way, guys. I'm just saying that that's what I see right now. And quote me if I'm wrong, because that's what I'm seeing. The Dolphins are about to change this whole team. Now, do they got to win now? Yes, this is where they have to win now. This is their year. They don't win. By next year, man, guys, you're gonna see some changes. Don't be surprised. Changes that have of the season. How they start. They start strong, weak, in between. Who knows? It's too early. I can't predict, like I said, any wins and losses. I mean, I have said it before on my podcast that if they're a good team, probably 10-7. If they're a bad team, I'll give them 7-10. The schedule, everybody says it favors the Dolphins. I don't know where it favors the Dolphins because they got to pay the cold weather Pittsburgh. They got to pay the Bengals. So I don't know where it favors the Dolphins. I mean, you talking about a explosive offensive team. And here's something I'm gonna talk about football, which is I don't get it. You Pittsburgh signed Jonnu, gave him a contract, and gave another extension to Ramsey. And you got your linebacker. TJ Watt's out there and you guys haven't signed him, that's a problem. See, I'm worried for the Dolphins. They haven't signed their second round pick, offensive tackle. They haven't signed Sealer. Yeah, he'll be signed probably by camp time. Okay. But what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, Cleveland, of course, helped a lot because Cleveland gave that massive contract, gave him a quarterback contract to Miles, and the defensive tackle, and now it's putting the team on the bind. No, we can't pay that. We can't pay a linebacker. We can't pay a defensive end that kind of money. We can't pay. Well, let me tell you something. Something has to be done. I think you should take care of your people first. I think the mistake that Grier did last year is when he gave the extension to all this contract to all these players. That's my only worry. So now the Dolphins are in the bind, right? Yeah, they are. So now the only thing I don't want is I've been seeing it for years and years, and I'm telling this to my sports fans. You're picking players out of rabbit hat. I get this player, get the hat, bingo, I got this guy. I mean, you're picking any player that you could get when you really should be getting players that you need. We don't need replacement players. We need actual players that could come and play in this league. So anyhow, but unfortunately tonight the Orioles lost to the Rangers 10-2. If you see my sports sticker in the bottom. Thank you once again, those that have subscribed to the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Like I said, short video. Just came back with this trade. What are we doing? I don't know. I mean, I know it's early. Give the guy a chance. Yes, we have to because this is part of life. You got to give a person a chance. Is it a good move? Listen, I can't say yes or no. Did it shock me when I saw this? I mean, it's like Odell Beckham. You sign Odell Beckham for what? Like I say, he's not guaranteed on the roster. He's going to have to earn a roster spot. But just to give it, we just want to go through the same thing, guys. That you had the fans going back and forth. What happened to Beckham? What happened to Beckham? Odell Beckham? Odell Beckham? And then suddenly said, we're releasing Odell Beckham. Did it work? Was it not going to work? Or once again, you're putting a name out there to fill your stadium up. I'm sorry. To put people on the stand. Listen, the only way you're going to put people on the stand is when you start winning games. You win game, that stadium will be full of people. But we cannot continue having this. These players' names just picked up and out of, like I say, a rabbit hat. I'm taking this guy, especially out of retirement. I'm not saying the guy's bad. I'm not criticizing the guy in anything. He had a great career, back-to-back years, or like I tell you, 1,000 yards. Okay, but then why did he retire? And he had, like I said, he has his issue off the field. But listen, those things you could repent, forgive, and move on and have a better season. That happens. You gotta, you can't judge the players. We can't judge them, because that's what we do. Sometimes the podcasts are judging them, and I'm not going to do that. You give a person a chance and opportunity. But man, here we go again. I want to know what the fans thinks about it. But anyhow, I want to thank everybody once again, man. You guys have a blessed day, and see you guys probably Friday night. Hopefully, any updates, just check my shorts out there. I have plenty of shorts, guys. Yes, somebody asked me about my shorts that I do, Christian shorts I do, guys. I believe in God, and that's my opinion. Not forcing anybody to do anything. I just give people inspirational, thing into their days, because I don't know how your day goes at work or at home or whatever. But it's pretty good things to watch to inspire yourself, and just keep going on. That's it. And like I said, I love sports. My number one thing is God, but my number two is I love sports. So, of course, I love my family too. That's another thing. But this is what I do. This is my passion, and hopefully, we have a good season this season. I hope I could get together with you guys. I hope you guys subscribe, join the channel, and once again, you guys have a blessed night, and see you guys soon. Thank you so much.